Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time you're watching. I hope you're doing fine. Take a look here at the live screen. We're gonna sneak a peek at the deck and then just play the games. We played one game. It was a bit of an accident, and holy cow, did we do good! The key player in the game that we played was this Kami of the Whispered Hopes. It definitely comes down weak, and so you may not be wanting to cast this on turn 3 because it's such an easy removal, and the value that's in this card is off the charts. I'll explain where most of that value comes from, but just know now if you can put a Kami of Whispered Hopes down, and you've got the opportunity to put some plus one counters on it, it's immediately becoming a mana dork equal to the number of mana that, or the number of power that it has. So if you put two plus one counters onto a 1/1, it's now a 3/3, but it has an extra +1, so it's a 4/4. And then if it taps, it'll give you 4 of any one color mana, which means you're immediately looking at like your top end of your board, like so fast. So cast it on turn 3, buff it on turn 4, tap it on turn 4, use that mana to go down the road. You gained an extra mana, even though you used 3 mana sitting here in like your graveyard kind of deal. So Placid Rottentail times out really, really nice with how Kami of the Whispered Hopes works. Other cards that work really, really good is the Botanical Brawler, gaining a +1 counter every time something else gains a +1 counter, which includes Incubate tokens, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't have the Incubate synergy going on in this deck, unfortunately, but that exists in green for sure. I just didn't draft it. Instead, I kind of focused more on interaction in the battle, like in the fighting kind of thing. And I didn't end up with any bombs. And it wasn't because we weren't trying to draft them. It's just the cards that we got didn't end up synergizing enough to say that's a bomb. Yeah, that'll be what you want to play. And so we did get cards that we wanted to use. These are great cards, but they didn't have any synergy with the rest of the picks that we had kind of committed to. And so I had a tendency to back off of those things. Getting a card advantage here is nice. Getting a little bit of life, not life, I'm sorry, getting those extra +1 counters here is really, really nice. So I'm not saying that we don't have some rare cards that synergize. What I'm saying though is that the rare cards weren't bombs. So if we needed the 2/2 that hands out a +1 every now and again, to really punch up, it needs to be on the deck pretty early, and then we need to try to utilize it in such a way where we're able to, kind of bring up things like the brawler or um, it. I don't think the Rotten Tail is the thing we're trying to bring up, but the Kami is definitely going to come down as being the weakest thing. Other cards that I ended up liking was the Blighted Burgeoning because of the value that you get for playing it, not because, oh my gosh, this card's amazing. But if you've got a Botanical Brawler out on 2, and we've got 2 of these suckers, Blighted Burgeon comes out and then creates an Incubator token and puts +1/+1 counters on it, which puts a +1 counter on this. So gaining that buff right off the bat is like, it's pretty solid. Now, you're going to also get an extra mana of any color on that card. So if you put it on a land that's not tapped, let's say you had 4 mana left over, if you use it on 3 mana and you leave it and you stick it on the 1 mana that's not going to tap, then you end up with 2 mana that are left over, in which case you're allowing yourself to flip your Incubator token. And so think of this as like, if there are it's a 4 mana land and 2/2 on the board that will give you an extra mana every turn after, right? Like it'll ramp you up to 5. It'll also get you a lot of plus counters that kind of exist all over the place. So I do think that it works. Anything that gives us the +1/+1 counters sets off kind of a cascading value chain that just goes nuts. And that's what I've noticed. So backup is a yay for sure. Backup is a yay for sure. This invasion is just about having something, some way to stabilize at that 3 mana position. some way to gain that card because you don't want to get stuck without the right cards in your hand. And obviously, getting a 4/4 Flying Vigilant is a great way to shut down the skies. Skies that we don't have a ton. Like, we're kind of, I don't want to say late game, but we're way over here when we're looking for, how to reach. We got some flyers, and then we've got a reacher right here. That's our best bet against skies. So we kind of want to win early and often in that, from turn 3 to turn 5, we need to do damage. And we need to do a lot of it. We need to kind of continually disrupt their board and keep them from ramping up into the turn 7, 8, 9. We can't wait for a board stall. We've got to have things that open up attack lanes. And we've got to have creatures that out of nowhere become major, major threats on the early side of the game. So that's what the Kami, the Blighted Burgeoning, Crystal Carapace, Chomping Kavu is really good for opening lanes. Bola Slinger is really good for opening lanes. This is my one card that I don't know why I have it in here. It doesn't give you +1 counters. It does let you go wide. It kind of worked good when we had the Shauna in the deck, who gives you like +1s. Her power and stuff is equal to the number of cards that you've got or creatures that you've got. But it's a 4-mana body that just doesn't do anything, like I guess the vigilance is something. There is some synergy here when you're attacking a battle and you've got the reach. And both of those could be pretty nice against some of the stuff that happens. This thing kind of helps you ramp or pull a double face card. Double face cards are cards that transform, and we don't have a lot of those. I don't think we've got anything more than one. So, the battle and one is not enough, like by themselves. Um, yeah, I'm going to take out the Knights and bring back the Heliod. There was some synergy between these two cards, and they were in our color, and that sounded great. But having 2/2/2s is not as good as having 1/4/4 that can flip into becoming a 4/6, and can make all of your spells that you cast cost 1 less for each card your opponents have drawn that turn. So, I mean, you're almost always going to get it for 1 less, and you might even be able to get it for 2 or 3 less. So, it can definitely be kind of a ramp synergy too. Flipping him into a Phyrexian seems neat. This guy is going to help you get card advantage, and he's a good body to put on the deck. And so, these two, I guess we snuck our rare card back in, so we are playing 3 rares, which means that like we had a great draft, and we were able to pull the kinds of cards that we needed to build the deck up. Anyway, biggest problem I've seen with this deck is this right here. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies, 5 bodies. 5 bodies down here. We do have 17 creatures, so we're going to be fine with manipulating the board after we get past turn 2. But there could be a little bit of piece where we get run over, and that's what having the Sandstalker Moloch is about. It can kind of sneak in and stop a blade straight up, which would be amazing. But it could trade with a 4/4 too. That's attacking, thinking it's got a free lane. So I guess it's there just to kind of help stabilize after we've taken some damage on turn 2 and turn 3. There's a way to flash it on turn 4. Almost like a removal spell. Removal spell is a problem in this deck. If you look, we do not have much on the removal. In fact, everything is really more about plussing than it is about removing on here. But with the lanes getting opened up the way we're going to try, and the semi-aggro, like we're not exactly mid-range, we're not exactly like 1s and 2 drops all the way, we're kind of living in this like 3/4 zone, and that feels like aggro in this format, right? I've seen a lot of decks that don't have many, just like 2 or 3, 4 drops, and then they suddenly start to have a bunch of things over here because you've got cards like this and this that will cycle and give you just for 2 mana, give you like that, keep you from getting mana screwed kind of situation. They have made some really remarkably good changes to make drafting limited feel so much better than it did. And Phyrexia all will be one. Phyrexia was just such a random, like, you got mana screwed, you got mana screwed again, and yeah, there's no chance to splash because everything has to happen in the first 2 or 3 turns. Otherwise, it's game over. By turn 3, you're at like 7 toxic. There's no coming back from that at that point. So I do think that they've done a good job of allowing ramps to start to look like this, where 3 and 4 becomes kind of like your biggest column that's in there, and 1 and 2 don't need, the 7 or 8 things to do creature count in there. Um, we'll see. These are both a little tricky to cast too, so we'll see. I am going to flip the mana because we've got a double pip and we got a double pip over here, and this double pip happens on turn 3. So, I'd rather get it out and make sure that this guy who buffs up your weakest player is round as fast as possible. Okay, that's the deck. We got an invasion. We've got 2 removal spells at the very, very top, 1 removal spell here at the bottom on the fight, and then everything else is just about ramp and pump. This is just a pump your guys up deck. If you can use those pumps to make battle tricks, I feel like you've got yourself a really good shot. So that's the deck. Let's see how it does. We're already at 1 win just from the 1 game. We got 3 mana and an invasion and a blighted burgeoning. Nothing really to do for a while here. Bolas Slinger on turn 4 is the fastest card I've got. Ooh, this looks like I'm going to get run over. I'm going to mulligan. It got better. Yeah. We're keeping 6 because we still got our 2 colors and we still got our 3 mana. We can pull the invasion off, but I do like this and I do like that. So I'm feeling much, much happier about how that played out. Start here. If I can cast this on turn 4, it's ideal, but I haven't seen anything yet. All right, let's see. Green, black. Black is full of removal. This isn't a bad target for us to lose if removal becomes the name of the game here. Ah, he's doing what I'm doing. Sure, we'll do the same thing. Because it gives the +1 on the Botanical Brawler, it just kind of makes it nice. Don't do it. Don't do it. What the heck is that? All right, so he can put +1 counters onto things. He's a 5/5. He doesn't quit. I think we're just going to fly over the top with our aeronaut on this sucker. It feels like a good way to keep the pressure on. That is super scary. Like I said, we really have to keep the pressure going here. It's got some removal, some fight spell in green. No, he's got a removal piece. That's actually not as bad as it could be. Go ahead. Take the 5. Okay. So I have a 2/2 that can chump block. I have a sneak attack on 3. I do think that I also have, I think I want that sneak attack to happen. So what I'm going to do is put out the Botanical Brawler, and that'll keep me with 3 mana ready to go, right? And that will, 3 mana ready to go is a good spot to be in, okay? So say next, and we'll just attack. And then we'll just say end turn. And if he attacks with the Alabaster Host Incessor, I can trade that thing out and get that card back, depending on how this looks. Still ramping towards something big. Ugh. That hurts. I love it. Yeah. Okay, threatening 5 damage. If I put out a Chomping Kavu on Botanical, or here, I'll get a +1 here. He's going to get the 5 damage off that. But I should still have enough to put this out and make a chump block on there and just attack once with the golden scales. And that would be enough to double block and kill something and take 5 more. So I think that's the right answer too. Out you go. Up you go. And then we'll go next, and we'll go next, and we'll go next, and we'll go next, and next, and next. And then we'll say end. See what's coming next here. Yeah, he's just going to bring this thing back. And then he's going to suck up my flyer, and it's just like I don't know how to fight this. This sucks. I don't have the removal spell for this, and I can't find the lane right now. Stop touching everything. Touch all your stuff. Touch, 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 touch. All right. Yeah, let's see what happens. No attacks. It's fine. Just bring this up now. I just don't want to see the mana go away. Right? Okay. I'll bring you out. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card for each permanent that has a mana value of 3 or greater. We're only going to end up with 2, if I'm not mistaken. But that's okay. It's still cards. Touch, 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 touch. Touch, 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 touch. Oh. Oh, touch him again. Oh my god, he just can't stop. That stupid Kenrith. I need a removal spell for that sucker. Touch, 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 touch. Oh my god, what are you gonna do now? Put a target creature from the graveyard into the battlefield. Target player draws a card, gain 5 life, put a +1 counter. It's just nuts. This card is just busted. Gain some death touch there. You liking the death touch? Is it feeling good? Yeah. Stop touching. Touch, 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 touch. Touch something else. All right. Touch. 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 I don't know what to do here. I guess we got the value off of this thing. And so if I double block it like that, I feel probably fine with it. Mm-hmm. Oh. something good happened. Touch, 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 touch. Just kidding. Oh, that was so close. You almost got it. Heal. Gain your 5 life. Go for it. Come on. Just gain your 5 life. You and your touches. Touch, 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 touch. Good job. Four, five, six, seven, 8. 8 total mana. 4 to swap. I should be able to turn this into a 4/6 blocker, which will help. Would love to get the fight spell. Maybe not the fight spell, actually, now that I'm looking at it. No, I take out the Archpriest. She's scary. She's scary. This is crazy. Okay. So we'll do this. And then... Does this have flash? No. I could do... Probably hold on to that card and just rotate him over, right? Because it's just going to make all my other spells cheaper. I think I can do it that way. No attacks. Is it whenever he attacks? No, just whenever he transforms. Maybe that was a mistake, because if he has the -4/-4 removal spell, which he probably does, that's one of the easiest ones to get your hands on. Whew. Let's go. That's probably game. Touch, 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 touch. No attacks. I think that's game. Touch, 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 touch. I don't know what the top deck would be, but I don't see a way around this. This thing was just too much of a beast to deal with. We put up a good fight. We did what we wanted to do as far as getting some targets out there, but it doesn't matter now. This is all over, so we're just going to go with concede. I don't want to sit here and waste time. There's no benefit to it. So, moving on. We got a 1-1 record, and he had the bomb, and not just any bomb. If you see a Kenrith, the Returned King, do not sleep on that card. Like, holy cow. That card is nutso. Okay, our goal here is to get to 3 wins. Just to, like, give you an idea. We do have the Tree Spirit, and we have 4 mana, so if 2 of them are white, it's a guaranteed keep. 2 of them are white, it's a guaranteed keep. We're going here. Just keep getting the mana, baby. Defender, not bad, not bad. Now I would love to get a 3-mana creature. My man with his defense. No! Okay. So, um, this feels like the right answer. I've got 1 over 3. I could have 2 or 3 permanents over 3. So I'd like to hold on to the Macro Sage for just a touch longer here. So putting out the 4-mana creature does some things. He only has 2 attackers. Putting out the Incubate 2 helps us ramp, but we're not ramping to anything. So I think we just put out the 4-mana creature. Probably stick it on you. Dex is fine. So now we can withstand 2 of his attacks. That's interesting, because that's going to triple the amount of damage that somebody does. So, yeah, that happened. We have a free lane of attack here. And so I do think that we would look at maybe dropping this down after the fact. So we attack with 2. I think we just attack with, well, if I drop it out now, I can get the +1. So yeah, we'll do it like that. And then we'll just attack with 2. And this is fine. We can tap this. There we go. And we definitely are threatening lethal if he tries to convoke something again. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, I'll trade that. I'm fine with that trade. It's better than 12 damage, right? Like, holy cow. Okay. Power less than 2 makes him unblockable. So what we would be doing here with a Chomping Kavu is sending something in for an attack, because we would just tap the head back and it would be fine, right? Does the Chomping Kavu block? Not so well, but that's okay. We'll have other things to block with. Maybe quite a bit of other things now that I look at it. Right. So who do you want to put the pluses on? Probably the Boulder Slinger, because we want that. Yeah, we want that tapping kind of thing to happen. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else. This one just says a non-token, and that will be a token. So we'll click next. Just attack with 1. Tap this. Go that way. Get it in there. Drop 1 of you. It's going to use up all of it. That's fine, though. I dig it. That's a lot of cards. That is nice. I like that. I really like that. Unfortunately, I only have 6 damage at this moment that can get by. So I still have to block the red cap heal slasher. And that's just not going to happen. So 2 mana brings this up, and then I bring this out to block, right? And I think that that's actually a really, really good attack. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's okay. God, that did not work out at all the way I wanted it to. So, oh well. What happened? Just so I know. I got hit by 4, which hit me for 12. That removed 1. The little guy got exiled? He's not here anymore, and I wanted the +2. Oh, no, he's over here. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll just keep the blockers. That can chump. Take out the Thunderhead Squadron. Oh my god, dude. This guy's got an answer for everything I do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He'll flip that. I'll take the trade. That still gives him 2 attackers, and it gives me 2 blockers. I just really, really, really want like a bomb. Mm-hmm. 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 So lose them both now. I don't think so. Come on. Give me a creature card. Okay. $15. 18. Yeah, I'll definitely block that. Why is it killing me? Why does that keep happening? I was a 6/6. He's attacking for 3/4. What is happening? Oh, the +12. All right, good game. That makes so much more sense. I'm like, I don't understand how I disappeared, but now I understand how I disappeared. All my creatures just disappeared. 2 unfortunate losses. Definitely bomb cards took over the game on those. And I do think that this might just be a Prince format where you're not judged based off of synergies or cards, you're judged off of bombs. And that does kind of bring back a ton of randomness into how this works out. A 1-drop, a 2-drop, a mana, a 4. We're good to roll. Let's try this out and maybe get lucky. Get out of there, you dummy. Okay. Go. All right, so we could cycle it away or cycle it away, and neither of those work out too well. So we'll just say next and no and end. Kind of a battle killer here. Cool. You gonna back him up? No. You got it. All right, Chomping Kavu seems like the right answer to me. It's a little scary. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will probably get rid of you. Yeah, I don't like you. And then I'll just block you, and that's fine. That'll give me the opportunity to bump up my brawler. So, 5 mana. We're looking for 6 to stabilize against the big guy over there. We could put the carapace on this dude and make him pretty tough to beat. So I think that's what we're going to do. There you go. Just try to catch up. You can hit me for 6, and I can hit you for 6, and then I can put a stop to the hitting each other for 6. Right? Right. Oh, no. We didn't get the mana. Ouch. I was really banking on mana hitting that hand. Uh-oh. 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 We need a body. I think we just do... Let me see here for a second. Raditha is going to get 2, and then she can hand them off to somebody, right? And so that would be 3 plus 2 is 4, and that's 7. So that won't work. So I do think that we're just make our flyer a little bit tougher in order to be able to block one of those. And then we'll say no on the attacks. I call her Raditha, but it's Rada. Haha. Good game again. Dude, just the bombs, man. They never stop. Yeah. That's 3 getting by, and yeah, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's it. Good game. And good draft. Thought we drafted a good deck. Didn't matter. If you get the unfortunate bombs come at you, kind of game over. Not much you can do about it. So, okay. We're going to do another one. I'll claim this prize. It's not as good as the last one. I'll tell you that. But we did pick up like 5 or 6 rares out of it. And we did have an interesting learning curve with the green +1/+1 situation. Picking up some Bola Slingers now. I think we're at 3 or 4 of those. I think that's going to be a really fun card to utilize in opening lanes. And this is actually a better card than you think. In the red-white deck, you get a +1 counter on that token for each +1/+1 counter on this guy. So putting +1s on that dude could turn out to be something nice. And we got Sunfall, which is essentially the new removal spell. I think it's kind of a halfway between White Sun's Twilight and things like Farewell. You get to exile all the creatures and then incubate all of them into one, and then you just have one big guy. Really pretty solid. Almost better than White Sun's Twilight, but it doesn't have the healing piece built into it. Still, good. And what do you say we just draft another one? Let's just go. There's no reason to hold off. We've got the gold, and premier drafting is, you know, high risk, high reward. Sometimes you get 100 gems, sometimes you get 1,500 or 1,400 gems. But overall, we're averaging 750 back, and we've seen this number climb up quite a bit. So spending our gold here is good. We also have 3 draft tokens waiting for us to play in Premier Draft. They only work in Premier Draft. Um, so I think that's what we're going to do. I think we draft. It's either that or we play the sealed deck that we've got, but I am not confident in this deck, and so I'm going to wait until a little bit later in the day. That way we get some easier opponents along the way, I guess would be the way I would describe it. Um, yeah, no longer interested. Thanks. That's ouch. What are you going to do? So let's just discard the changes in the sealed side of things. Let's go back and let's have a really fun draft, dream of possibilities, and then get our teeth kicked in. Sound good? Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. I never want to be number 8. I always want to be ready. Pew. It does look like we were the last one in this pool. And so my man who went to go pee needs to come back quick. 36 seconds. The Dim, Hanro, Johnny, bunch of names I don't recognize, but right off the bat, we win. We win. This is a snap take. You don't even think twice about it. Sealed from Existence is an excellent removal spell that will not wheel. We are in black. We've got Shieldred. We're going to ramp into black, so we're going to look for this Gloomfang on the way back. And yeah, Mythic Praetor off the back, snap take. There's certainly some other good cards in green that I saw in that deck, but nothing that would anywhere come close to this. This is such a ridiculous bomb. It's nuts. And we get this kind of cool looking art to go with it. Color me happy already. I'm so glad. Captain Laney has haste. He's a 2/2. Comes in for 3. And whenever he attacks, you get to create a treasure token. When you sacrifice a treasure token, it gets +1 until the end of the turn. Yeah, that's another kind of fun one. Invasion of Olgrotha is not played out as much as I'd like it to play out. You really need to have a pretty solid board state. But then you've got the Kami of Whispered Hopes over here, which is so good. Unfortunately, we're going to take the rare because I don't own one. I know it's not the kind of rare that we get to deal. If you can swing it and she doesn't die, you get a huge boost in mana even as you trade with your left of the treasure. That's a high floor, high ceiling. Yeah, I love the idea of like having a rare come out early and open up the door for a rare to come out later. This thing just keeps bringing people back from the grave. And then at the beginning of they just lose them the entire time. So you just put Shieldred out there, and then it's just like, here you go. Yeah, these two work together nicely enough. We got some thinkers over here looking at rares and deciding whether they want to build a deck or they want to go for bombs. We're definitely on the bomb plan. So Johnny, take your time, my friend. Take your time. 2 mana, 2/2. That can transform up into a 3/3 for pretty cheap, and it creates another 1/1 body when it does that. It also creates a 1/1 body when it dies, if I'm not mistaken, right? In our color, I like it. I think the card's got a lot of capability of creating some board presence that a lot of 2/2s just don't. And if you're in a ramping situation, this is going to provide you with a lot of blockers. Really good card to pick up because of the island cycling. I do think that there's some counter magic to be had here, which is cool. I don't really love this card, but in the right deck, you're good, and in the right deck, you're good, and we're not doing any of the sacrifice stuff. So, yeah, we're in black-red, but the signpost doesn't fit the things that we're trying to do. Similarly, this card doesn't really fit either. You need equipment on there. We do have a piece of equipment right here. The Vat Keeper is on the incubate side of things, which is good. I do think that the better card for us, a 3/3 for 3 isn't bad. I'd hate to splash green. Probably just take the 3/2 for 3 here and see if like things like the bladed battle fan wheel, because there is a lot of gain to be had with some of the equipment. And I have actually seen, I think there's like two pieces of equipment. One in red, which is the Beantown Boomstick, and that Battle Flame that would work nice with the card. Furnace Rain steals a creature, which is always fun to do. Chomping Kavu is really, really good. Probably worth considering white here. It would take a lot to pull us off of white. But I do like that card. I think I probably would take the possibility of some artifact synergy over here, as opposed to... Gosh, this is such a good card too, though. This would let us splash white. It's possible. It's possible that we end up taking it and to seeing if we get a chance to splash white. It's possible. And then talking about splashing white, here's a card that would let us splash white in there. Sculpted Perfection is really pretty solid in a Phyrexian deck. We do have a Phyrexian that I know of. A couple of Phyrexians, actually, now that I look at it. I think I'd rather splash the white and get the removal spell, though. I don't... I guess this, -2/-2 removal spell for 2 is pretty good, too. Yeah, I don't want to get married to the red-white situation just yet. There's just too many ways where that doesn't head in the direction I want. Here's a piece of equipment that we talked about that makes Captain Lannery really good. I know this guy's good. Here's the Beantown Boomstick. So which one would you want? The battle trick that gives your guy indestructible, or the ramping trick that gives your guy menace and a +1? Probably like the battle trick since we're lacking in removal right now. This is our wheel from the original pack. There could be another one coming. There probably is another Bladed Fan coming. We're going to use our knowledge about next pack. It didn't show up. Dang it. I got excited. I know the ratings are low on this card, but I actually like it. I do think that if you're trying to get to a position in the game, having something here that can slow up the other player and then become a good attacker, like a 5/4 menace attacker on the way back, it's kind of like getting a free flip on a card. This isn't going to end up playing. This is fine as a rare value pick. Nothing that I would say like we have to have. I've had it in a deck before and I haven't been able to cast it, but I'm totally down for taking free rares. So no big deal. And we do get a Furnace Host Charger, another really solid card for ramping, and a 5/5, kind of a nice little fit all the way across. Traveling Historian is good at giving haste to other creatures that come down if you're on the hasty category, but I do like the flexibility that this provides and kind of solidifies us in a red-white, I'm sorry, a red-black deck. Love this idea of just continually sticking these things on there. I missed this one when I was looking at it earlier. But there's the Battle Fan. Okay, and so that's probably all the equipment we need for Captain Lannery. I think he's going to be in good shape. And it did look like we picked up the right color in red, because now we're getting a little bit of everything that we want. Menace or 1/3 Haster. I'll probably just take the 2-drop, to be honest. And another piece of equipment that comes in on the cheap and hands out +2 is not bad. I have loved this card. It makes all of your guys into mana dorks. I have loved that card. Flying Haster is pretty good here. Invasion of Mercata, you get to discard a card and draw 2, and then it turns into a 3/3, and it can also create some Convokers. Nice removal spell in green in here. I'm going to take the rare, hoping that maybe losing out on this isn't a bad idea. But I want the rare. I really want to build a deck around this card. I think that card has got... well, okay, I'm going to take the rare. Too many times I have been desperate for removal in this format and not gotten it. And boom, boom, boom. First strike flying haste gives you lots of options to hit hard. A very nice mid-ramp bomb. Each player sacrifices a treasure token, sacrifices a creature. You can choose any number of those, right? And so if a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2. So many good things happening with this card. Just ridiculous. Take it. We might not end up splashing the white, but we'll see. Another great card. Holy cow. This is a tough choice. 2 really good removal spells or, you know, time to find 3, like so much. Dude, this pack, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll take the Hasty Trampler here as a 4 mana threat, and then we're just going to hope to wheel some of this stuff. There's just too much removal in this deck here, in that pack. But the Rampaging Raptor is one of the cards that I want the most. It deals extra damage. Whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a Planeswalker or a battle. So it's just so good at like removing those battles. Target creature gets -3. Pretty good. We're fine on equipment now. This is the Prowess 2-drop. Yeah, I think we just do this. Double Prowess is cool, but we don't have a lot of instant and sorcery spells that I think take us down the road that we want to go. We're not splashing green. This guy has ETB effects, and most of our cards do not do ETB kinds of stuff. Kind of a filler, but very good, especially when you flip it. You know, get another creature back out on the deck, 2 for 1. Very worth the 5 mana that you throw back in there. Yeah, just very, very worth it. Kind of an interesting card since we do have a lot of. I would if I didn't see this, which I really like when it flips, right? It deals combat damage to a player. Battle, you get to draw a card. Like, I kind of like this thing being evasive, being a death toucher. Like, I'm just gonna take this for right now. But the Master Raya or whatever, like, would go good with our little equipment sub theme that we've got going up. Just too easy to get. I mean, he thought like a 9-3 would be amazing, but they did an 8-3 last time, and it didn't turn out to be that good. This actually turns out to be better than you think, especially if we're going to play this guy right here, because it's going to help us get a creature, and then like a creature that we want, and it's going to help that other creature be much stronger. Here we go. Haste that can gain flying for 3 mana. Definitely like it more than that. I'll take a 2-3 haster over a 3-2 death trigger any day. More mountain cycling, amazing removal spell in green that shouldn't be here. Another another removal-ish kind of thing, just not in our color. I think I'd probably go after that or that. I feel like I should have taken the 2-drop. It's either this or this. It's going to be this. A 4-1 that leaves a 2-2 behind, or a big body. I think I've got enough in the big body creature of the world. So we'll take the Dreadship. Oh my god, how did that happen? This is an invasion. It's not the biggest invasion that, like, I'm not the biggest fan of that invasion, but what? Why are you guys, like, nobody's in red, essentially, is what they're saying. 2-1 with a backup that can clean up some cards, or a menacing attacker. I'm going to take the 2-1. We've got to get a little lower on the mana curve here. Can't get much lower than that. I'm not sure we'd actually play that card, but that's fine. And a Yargle. I'll stick you in there, but I don't think we're going to play you. And here's a reason to splash white. There's another removal spell. I do not know, but I do think I'm probably going to take this. here's an invasion that does some amazing things. I'm going to take the invasion. We're going to go crazy on this one. I don't want a bunch, but that's a good one. A prowess 4/4. If a non-creature source you control would deal damage to a creature, oh my god, it's just crazy. Back to Heliod again. Like I said, I think there's a deck that works for him. I just don't know what it is. The same exact invasion again. Don't want this. Don't think I like this. A 4/4 for 4 rare is good, but I think I want the invasions. I want the collection. I've already got plenty of playables. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of an ability, you can choose new targets for the copy, and that ability triggers just once. So doubling your backups, it's kind of neat, but I don't want to get into the white mess if I can avoid it. Here's an invasion in white. Flanker, big body that can help you find black mana. I've never really lamented having this card in my deck. Invasion of New Capenna, you have to sacrifice an artifact or a creature, and then they get to sacrifice one. Yeah, probably take this double backup. I mean, this thing is a beast late in the game. We'll take it. I might not play it, but we'll take it. Oh my god. Yeah, because it takes a card off the board. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, and if we end up seeing a scroll shift late, we'll take it. It's a battle that I want to own, essentially. It's not so much a card that I'm desperate to play. I'll put it in there because it's got a removal piece to it, and it might end up being pretty good. Black-red sacrifice theme helps me splash white. White is the thing I'm trying to splash with black. I do not need any more big bodies down here at the bottom, so we take the mana fixing and lament the deck that could have been with the censor. 19 creatures in deck so far. Should be enough to help us lower curve. Black and red, companion. We don't have to put it in there. If a source would deal you with odd damage, you get to deal that damage to a permanent player with double. That's so cool. Black-red for the mana smoothing side of things. Some more white creatures. I don't think this is worth what this is worth. And then we get a trampling frontliner that can get +2 when it attacks a battle. Let's go for the big guy, right? We're not splashing blue. We've got a 1/1 over here that lowers curve. We've got a 2/3 or a kind of removal spell. I'm probably going to take the removal spell. It's a battle that bounces something. I'll take the removal spell. I know it's not good, but it stays low on the curve and it gives me something to do if I get stuck. Another 1/1 option over here. I've got plenty of rafts in the collection already, so I'll just take the 1/1. Not seeing anything else of value. Haha, she wheeled. Okay, so defender or splash? Take the rare. Another red-white splash card that, if we had backup, I would say is pretty good. I don't know about this. This is a piece of equipment. This one lets you kind of play out cards. We'll just take this, but almost no chance I'm playing it. Another beanstalk. We already have 4, so we might as well just take this Joyful Sculptor. And we might as well take another one, I think. Although, hold up. Remember that scroll shift? Ah, I took the scroll shift. This guy might end up making the deck. It's a possibility. This thing's better than it looks. And yeah, okay. Okay. Um, interesting deck. Interesting deck. Interesting deck. We definitely leaned on the bomb hopes. So let's take a look at what our deck looks like. Sometimes it's easier to look at this way. Um, Cards of note in our colors, like we don't need this. You're not in our color. We're probably not playing the Yargle. Two of these look scary, but we can pick up a black, we can pick up two reds, we can pick up a white. So we should have really smoothed out the mana and guaranteed that we can make our hits on time. In order to do that, we're going to need some defending type characters, characters that have lifelink, characters that do a lot more value than what we're putting out. He's a good defender. And then we have all of these pieces of equipment to go along with Valduk. And I think this might be where we end up with the ability at the beginning of combat on your turn for each aura. You get to create a 3/1 red elemental token with trample and haste, and then you exile those tokens. And so the idea is put some bean sticks, put some uh, bane splitters onto this guy, maybe even a battle fan on an attack on the way in, or maybe on a block on the turn before. Actually, would be good. That's a lot. I don't think this does. It helps me ramp though. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you get to create a treasure token, and so having the indestructible one time and then suddenly having +2s and make this thing into like a 5/2, it might get through. And the beat sticks go on pretty easy to other pieces of equipment as well. Okay. Um, it is a vehicle, but when it enters the battlefield, it incubates two, and then you can use those two to crew this thing as a 4/1. That's a lot. That's a lot of dirtle for essentially a 4/1. Yeah, I can live without that. Um, I think I'm probably going to have to lose this invasion. At the beginning of your end step, you put a +1 counter on each creature that attacked this turn. Sacrifice this thing, and creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible. So gaining +1s on people who attacked is great. We don't have a backup theme going on whatsoever. And I'm not so sure that double whites happen. 3 little guys down here is too many. Definitely can get rid of one of those. But we do need things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then probably one of those. I don't know though. These are kind of like my burn spells. Like this is like a 3 mana burn spell. On another. Hmm. No, I mean, I don't know. It's a battle that helps battles. That's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. You need them both in your hand to make that happen. I think we remove the battles, unfortunately. I don't think we're a battle deck. As far as creature count is concerned, we're at 22 and 10. And ideally, I'm keeping a lot of the top end threats here. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, each player creates a treasure. Each player sacrifices a creature. Or if a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage +2 instead. So, do you get the 2? Oh, it's because of the first strike. Oh. Okay. Very castable. Uh, do think that that is what killed us on the last one. I definitely like these. Maybe, I mean, these menacers are tough, though. Like, they're tough to block. Captain Lannery's Storm creates a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, it gets +1. Um, just really want him to get out and create a treasure token, right? Like, he's just a ramp. And if he sticks around and ramps more, that's even better. And so we've got, you know, sacrifice an artifact or land, and then you draw a card. So if you've got, you know, you throw this thing out for 1, and then on turn 2 you block, and then you just sacrifice him to stop the block because he's going to die anyway, and then you get a card replacement on the way back in. So it's a way to sort of get through turn 2 with some defense on the board and a new card in your hand to kind of see what comes next. Okay. There's just so much beef up here. I think I'd get rid of one of those. And I think I'm going to end up getting rid of one of those. I don't mind this mana setup because I've got the 1 available. And if I use it to get the 1, I don't have anything going for it. So maybe not, huh? Maybe I do want to go up 1 more. You know, red, black, black, black. No double pipping until you get all the way up here. So we could... That's too many, huh? It gives you 7 black, 7 red, and 3 white. And the idea is we needed removal, right? So what does removal look like right now? It looks like 1, 2, 3. No, 4, which is good. 5, possibility. Battle trick for 6. Battle trick again, kind of a trade. And that's 7. It's a lot. Don't think I need that. I like all of these removals more than this. And more than this. Creature count is currently at 20. 5 more cuts to go. Okay, cards that are likely to get cut here. Come here. Oop. Possible cuts. It's not as bad as I thought, and it might smooth out the deck a lot. We want to focus on getting 2 Shieldred. We want to focus on using haste to get treasure. We want to focus on using artifacts to get extra bodies so that when we attack we can kind of like pull them back a little bit. Again, trampling haste. I'm okay with some trades. Unfortunately, I don't have a single battle, and that's a mistake. I probably want 1. So beansticks work really good here. Don't think I need 2 of those. I just don't think that they've got a place in my deck. Just kind of a slow down aggro, but it hasn't really proven to be super important. We don't have a remove a big guy. That's the closest thing I've got to remove a big guy. This thing can ping things too if you're stuck, but I mean, if I'm stuck, I'm probably needing him to block. So using him for reach. As good as this is, I'm not sure it's worth 5. Flying first strike and haste though. So you cast it, you attack, got that open lane over the top. And then maybe a Menacer gets an extra +2. So it's like hitting for 5. I don't know. Doesn't feel like the game over kind of card. 92. And it would be these two that get cut. It's probably a good idea. What do you think? Anybody? Yeah? Good? Okay. Huh. Just keep the ball rolling. They keep me rolling. That's 16 lands. Don't we want 17? 16 lands is 24, and with all of these to help, I think that we're fine. Right? I'm confused. 3.3 with 16 lands. Kind of enough to do down here. Pretty excellent draft as far as value is concerned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess the only question is it worth bringing these in or not? I don't think so. Although hitting somebody for 4 in the face for 3 is really good. Hold up. What do you flip it to? A prowessing 4/4? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is just too much value. I think I'd get rid of this. Just kind of a dumb, big body, and we'll have enough guys in the skies. What? So if they have a black, if they have a swamp, I can't be blocked. That's just nuts. This card is just nuts. It's just nuts. um, yeah, we'll give it a shot. With all these little small ball guys, we might end up having a chance to use that in such a way where we get a chance to draw a card and get the max value out of it. I do like the beat stick, and I do like the battle fan as the 3 pieces of equipment that I need to make Valduk worth it. Um, I kind of want to see how these play together. This just feels so good. Okay, that seems to be a more powerful deck. There certainly is a white splash, value play here. I'm going to test it out. I want to try the cards out and see, especially like Childred, and I won't be able to test out Obosh. I might not even be able to do this one either, now that I think about it. But let's see. Let's go put together a bot deck, practice, play a couple games, and then we'll go back in and see how we do. What's the clock say? 11:06. We might get some lunch and then come back in after lunch. Okay. Let's just stick some of the white stuff in here. And see maybe the Yargle and the other stuff. We could put that guy in there. That guy in there, that guy in there, that guy in there. Sure. Okay. There we go. That sounds good. One of the first standard... Oh, no. I messed up. It's like it's going so well. All right, let's go to standard here. 14 creatures, 10 non-creatures. I think we had more creatures, and that's why. So we're not going to get a chance to practice it with Sheoldred, unfortunately. We'll bring both of these up to 12. And then let's go to March of the Machines, and we're just in red, black, white to see if we see some cards that are already in the deck that we might have some extra copies of, right? Talking about you, talking about you, talking about you, talking about you. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Do you think that we had one of those as a possibility, so we can pop that in there? Up here, it's a possibility. That invasion's kind of cool. We had one. We can pop it in there and check it out and see. 24 lands. We should probably go to 26. Right? And right now, creature count's 16, 15, so we need more creatures. I don't think there's more of him. I don't think there's more. Oh, there is. That's good. Nope. Yes. Nope. Dang. Yes. Nope. 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 Just want creatures. Whew. Okay. We're not nearly as creature-centric as the real deal, but... Oh, we need the white, too. Boop. Do, 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 do. Is it black? It's white. It's up to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just playing it, seeing how the cards work. Specifically, I really want to try that battle scenario with our two battlers. Oh, we can delete that deck now, huh? Man, I really thought I had a good winner there. I thought, you know, everyone else is going for bombs, and here I am, and it's just bomb after bomb after bomb. Just got me. So, oh well. It was worth a try. Now we know. Need the bombs. Got the bombs on this one. Not here, necessarily. We have 2 removal spells and a Mountain Cycler that we're not going to need because all we're doing is drawing land. That's right. Oh, how dare you. What a turn. What a turn. Nezumi Freewheeler. The last thing I need is more mana. Good. Get out of here, you. Nobody likes you. Okay, I actually have something I can cast. Little guy here, but that's fine. Go next, and Collective Nightmare can convoke, right? Which means that it can get real cheap real quick. Okay. Probably just do this on this. Auto pay it and take the 1. We need 6, so we'll do the Menace. Yeah. I forgot that the Freewheeler mills. Okay, so if I came in, you'd sacrifice an artifact or creature, and then you get to exile a target artifact or creature opponent controls. So either there's a 1/1 for his 1/1. There's nothing spectacular about that. Sure. I'm going to hold him back. It's 1 for 3. Sure, have 3 more. Why wouldn't you? Can I decline? I don't think he's got the ability to block that. Oh, I guess he had a trick, maybe? Or, I don't know. They are desperate to not let those things trip, though. Sure. Even if you got a trick, I'm okay with it. Okay. We are mana-ing out. And flippity flip. Frazzle Cannon. No. Yeah, Gitaxian Holy Frazzle Cannon. Sweet. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sure, let's just make the Death Touch guy like insane. Sure. Flying Haster. Nice. I love it. Because it gives it menace. Oh! The Frazzle Cannon's everybody? Jesus! Discard. Sure. Could be a creature. Or it could be more land. Mm-hmm. Okay, the Frazzle Cannon's nutty. How could I fit that invasion in? And what would go out? Oops, 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 oops. That Frazzle Cannon was awesome. Oh, I don't have it. Okay. I thought it was one of the things I was trying to do. It's this invasion that I have. It does get a +1 counter on each creature that attacked, but it's post-attack. Kind of already winning at that point. It stops becoming awesome. Backup abilities exist, but not in any kind of prevalence, and this is a good removal spell. But I think we just kind of stay a little bit more aggressive and then a little bit more bomby. Right? 1, 2, 3. 3 big bombs, a little bit more wide, and a little bit more aggressive. Okay. All right. Discard changes. Sorry. Just wanted to see what the freaking Frazzle Cannon did. Did a lot. We'll do one more bot match. And then I think we'll go back and take another look at the sealed format to see if we can figure out how to bomb that up too. Been really focusing too much, I think, on interaction with player when a lot of the bombs are really going to make it very hard for us to interact. Can wait for that. Yeah. Okay. Throw a slow one out there. Go here and see what happens. Very interesting. Do I want to get the land? I don't know why I would. I've got one white. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Come at me, bro. Okay. Nizumi Freewheeler can come down. I do think that we do the attack thing anyway. Haha. One less removal spell to deal with. Ah! Just dump your whole hand. I'm sure you've got plenty of mana to do 5, 6, 7, 8. But you only have 5. So, yeah, okay. Sure. No. Yay, finally. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a no. Hmm. I like the backup idea on the freewheeler. Yeah, I don't think I want this. Okay. I like it. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the bird will be alive. Yeah, no, we'll do that way. Indestructible. I'll just chump you out. Okay, finally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can put the 5/5 out. We can attack here. Flip. Gain a 4/4 with prowess. Our board got a whole lot more stronger. Yep, that's happening. But I'm feeling pretty good. How about we activate that? I may not want to. Not sure I gain anything. Let's just see what happens. Not the most ideal situation, but we've got something for this to help. So let's go for it. Just do it without the kickers, fine. Do the -2 on you. Do the travel historian. Yeah, do the travel historian. And then say end. I don't mind. Because I got a boomstick. Alright, 4, 5, 6. Really? Sucks. Yeah. So it doesn't attach on the way in. You still have to attach it for 2. So it's a 3 total. And we're only threatening 3 damage here on the backside. It's fine. Okay. I had a nice ramp through this. Got through a ton of creatures. You did it. Oh, it did go there. I do like the menace. I mean, adding menace to that boomstick is pretty good. I didn't see the treasures, which I thought we got when we attacked. Figure that out. Alright, we'll do one of you. I could go with one of you next. If he attacks, he creates a return of him. That's fine. Probably put the Travel Historian down next. Could transform too. Make that body. That was probably the right move, actually. Because if he transforms and creates the 1/1 Saproling, he's in good shape. Okay. Vanquish the Weak here seems pretty good. And it's just one less thing I have to deal with. I want to flip that guy first. I could do 3 and then still have the Battle Fan, right? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be worth it. Go that way. Maybe battle it. Yeah, I know, you get to make another one. Oh, of course, you're going to take out my Saproling. Okay. +2 ain't nothing to scoff at, but it's not going to help you survive. You don't gain anything like Menace. It's just a 1 mana and it comes down and it kind of makes you tough. I guess this is the right move. Because if I wanted to cancel that, if I wanted to attack, I would much rather trade that out and keep the piece of equipment behind than anything else. Still take 3 to equip. Let's go. What are we waiting around for? have done a lot to get back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 7. In you go. Up you go. Why not? Hop on. Kind of sick. Kind of sick. Man, we went through everything. Everything. Okay. Do we give it a shot? Kind of goes back to the same thing, huh? Once you get to here. This deck just doesn't feel like the world beater. I do like the idea of having that blue splash so aggressive, though, is crazy. Why did we... Oh, you know why? We tried out. We tried out the other ones. It didn't work out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just come down 1 here, huh? 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 8. Guess we'll do you. Yeah, I'll do you. 3 and 4. It's pretty even. Such a fun card to play. So we either draw this, 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 or this. So we have 4 ways to get the blue out. As far as red's concerned, we only have the 1, the 2, 3, 4. So cool. Maybe it's just not that guy. What if we didn't have this guy in here? Like, he's like my worst card, right? He's Menacer, he's a good blocker. But what if he wasn't? What if he was this Holy Frazzle Cannon? Kind of a sack. Good sack. Would be less happy about sacking that. This is a removal spell. I didn't think about that. It's cost 6, so it's really late, but it is a removal spell nonetheless. It's hard for me not to want the Kami and just get here quick. The faster I get here, the faster I get big guys that come around. Everything else is just removal and get there, removal and get there, right? This thing can help you do that. Opponent wheels pull a land card from the graveyard tapped under your control. Kind of scary. It is going to be slower, but it's kind of scary. These two go together so nice. But what would you lose? The Frazzle Cannon doesn't affect the board either. I feel like it's a constructed card. That's kind of sucks. This invasion's cool. It gets a card and then everything gets ward 2. This one's kind of cool. This is a 2/4 versus a 3/3. 4 mana, 5 mana. We could get a little lower in the curve, and we could get another body out here on the deck. And I do think that this body works. So I think we'll take that guy instead. And the reason why he works is, we've got 7 swamps, right? So he could theoretically be like a 2/3 or a 2/4 without any concern. Exiling 2 cards from graveyards, so you can get rid of their cards, and then you get a life for each creature you exile this way. So just 2 mana to 2 life, kind of like, and then he just doesn't tap. When that happens, he just keeps doing it. I think that's really good. Yeah, I think that's worth a lot more than what we had. It's a nice way to stabilize, and it's a nice way to have a creature, sort of stay on the board and grow as time goes on as a nice blocker. In a slower format anyway, I think that's going to give us quite a bit of ability to ramp up. We just need to get here as fast as we can. We need creatures to stay alive because they've got Death Touch. And then we need to use them to convoke. We need to turn them into essentially convocable spells. The kitty cats pulling it are just nuts. These two. I didn't see the cats. That's so crazy looking. It's another kind of weak card in here. Is the Oilcaster stronger than the Ichorshade? We do have a lot of removal. Ichorshade could grow pretty fast. 3 mana, 3/4 after removal spell, 4/5 after removal spell. Starts to look pretty cool. These are just destroy, so they're going to there. These are destroy. This is like nothing's really exile-y, right? Yeah. Okay. Now I changed my mind. I like him. Is this? I mean, we just have him only, huh? In this area. We might get stuck not being able to cast this. It's a possibility. It's not likely. Between these and this, it's very not likely that we'll be in trouble on that one. It's dangerous, though. I'm in danger. Flying 2/2 for 3 fills the gap at the 3 spot, which is good. And then you may exile it. And then you draw a card from your graveyard on the next draw. All that sounds really good. Convocable flyer. be a little bit better of a card over here with the Eyes of Gitaxis. You get to incubate 3 and draw a card. It's kind of nice. You get to create the 3/3 body. Memory is one thing. This one's cool. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less, and then whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you get to draw a card. Right? We're not really into countering, but definitely think that he's got a cool spot in the constructed world. It may be in the pioneer or whatever the history. I don't know. So 4 mana or 4 mana. I think he's always useful. I think she's possibly stuck in our hand far too often. I know we're going to be able to splash. I know it. I know it. And then she's a 3/3 that hands off ++ to somebody else, right? +2, +1, whatever the case is. That's immediately effective, right? It immediately makes this into a 7/7 when it attacks. This thing is dirtily and slow, and so we just take the risk. Let's just take the risk. Let's just hope that we get 1, 2, 3 different ramp cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 different ramp cards that exist that guarantee that the red becomes available, right? And then once we get this one on the deck, that's how we cast this. We don't have another way of casting this except through Treasure or through Inga and Essica. So we need 2 of those things to be in place. But if we've got a Yogla, we can probably throw this out. And we can even use this thing a little bit earlier, like on the 4 mana side of things, if we need to, as a destruction, as a get rid of a target artifact or enchantment for 4. Okay. I wish I had more +1 counters to put on the Kami, but you know, it didn't pan out when we tried it before. We just didn't draw it or get it there. Let's go. Black, green without incubate. It wasn't like I picked these cards. They were just in the deck that I got. We really were unhappy with, if there's a black card, I might keep this. The invasion and the conversion are kind of out. I don't love it, but I don't hate it because of the 2-drop. Okay, all right. We're going to keep and just pray for a land. Start here. Purple monkey. Hello, buddy. Okay, it's not a land. Another not a land. We're going to mountain cycle and hope for land. Haha! Poison counter for you. Alright. So this is a 3/3. It's coming our way. I love it. Okay. Probably just vanquish this thing. Right? Yeah, just keep their ability to do damage off. I'm fine with doing this. love to get that Aether Blade out. I got 2 of those suckers. Okay. I like it. This thing doesn't do anything. Like, it just copies a spell. So it could copy a removal spell and be devastating, but there's no real reason to do that. Cool. We did it. We got the land. Okay, we'll say next. All attack is fine. Gotta start thinking. Ouch, kabibbles. Goodbye, Finn. Okay, I definitely think that we do the derision because it'll make the treasure token, and that will put us in a better spot to cast Rada, which will give us the life gain back. There's just too many positive things that come from that. I'm going to say no on the attacks. Okay. Good, I think. I'd rather get rid of the conversion on the preening champion, although maybe not. Maybe we just do this instead. We'll have to lose that. Say no on the attacks. He will get an opportunity to flip it, but we can make him pay for it. I need some creatures. Like, stop giving me anything but. Like, I need... Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah? I mean, come on. Hook me up here. You giant weirdo. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's no reason to block that. He's just not threatening that much. Come on. Come on. Give me a break. Counter magic? Yuck. Yuck. How do I beat this? I attack all in. What's the ward? 2? So I need 6. Oops is right. I forgot he negates everything that you do. Just concede. God. Counter magic, man. Counter magic. Like, not sure I had a way around that. And I don't think I did. I just don't think there was. Once a Jin-Gitaxias hits the deck, I'm not sure how you even get rid of it. Why did they even put a ward on him? I guess you have to cast a shit spell and then cast a good spell. I don't know how to get past that guy, but I got Realm Breakers. He got Jin-Gitaxias. It's like that was really bad. Really, really, really bad. Three lands, one 2-mana creature. If they line up, would keep. Right. Keep. You can incubate X. I like it. 2, 3, 4. Better than taking 4 in the face. Right? So, ideal situation is blue mana. Any mana allows us to take care of this. So, there's that. Next. Cool. Probably put this guy out. Here comes remove spell, take out my only guy. This happens. I could have tried to take out his guy. But I feel like he's got a lot of these like hasty kinds of things. Like, I'm gonna go fast. Just do the removal piece. I guess it's a good sign, because his removal might be like a fight spell. And it may not happen. He could always transform in order to get a 3/3. Right? Oh. Definitely less concerned about that. I'm playing that either way. do think I want to get rid of that thing. I can't attack into the depth guard, unfortunately. But getting rid of the 3/4 saves a lot. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so yeah. Not ideal. Spend your mana, put it over there. Just spend your mana, put it over there. You can spend your mana, put it over there if you want, but then I block this. So you spend your mana, put it over there. Yeah, that's fine. Spend your mana, put it over there. Go for it. So if I get rid of it, then he has to do it. And then can I still chump block too? That's 5. Not really. Huh. Look at you. Cosmic Hunter out the Karsus. Attack in on the Flame Right. Drop out the Herbology guy. I have an answer for him. If he comes in with 5, I can just chump block him this way, which I think is a better answer. It's a good game. Just a lot of positioning. Like, he's kind of trying this equipment thing out. He's got something pretty cool here. Protection from blue and black. I was planning on chumping this anyway, so nothing really changes there. I do think that black spell's not going to work over there, unfortunately. I'd hate to do that. Okay, let's just kind of reset. Just get rid of a guy, which is okay. And we'll just go here and see if he wants to chump. I can't beat it. I can't beat it. Blue's dead. Black is dead. That just gives me a green. Green and red, maybe, if I can come in there and do an attack. Possibly. I've got one out. I've got one out. That might have taken it away from me, too. Like I said, good game. I don't think I suck, but I don't think that I do very well when I don't get a chance to pick the cards and they give me 4 really shitty cards. Like, out of the 6 rares you get, none of them are good. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. If you thought one mana, 2 mana. Let's give it a shot. We need to drag in more mana here, but just has so bad. Of our card quality sucks so bad. I definitely think that there are some cool artifact synergies, but they're very limited. Like, you only can do it with like certain ones. So turns out he had the most amazing equipment with the white, the kills everything that's green and black, or whatever, blue and black, and I was like, well, that's everything I have. So yeah, it's just nice to have a land. We'll see if that matters. Guess it gives us a removal spell. Hello. What? Oops. What an amazing play. Don't know how you did it. Incubate 2 and pop it for a 2/2, or gain 3 life and put up a blocker. Right? It's kind of like a waiting to happen removal spell here. Blue, red, control. Dude, stop touching my cards, please. Cool. Go away. Nobody loves you. This is a 2/3 when it hits the deck, and there's one thing in a graveyard and 2 things in a graveyard. So I could cycle it on the next turn for a couple of life. It's pretty good. Yay! Probably do this. What does this transfer into? A 4/4 with prowess. Yeah. Did you get? Ah! Gotta get rid of that. Touch, 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 touch your stuff. It doesn't even flip it. Get out of here. What the hell? Am I only running into freaking counter magic now? God damn you. I would definitely trade out the Rada for the Infected Defector, even if Chrome Host is coming. Touch, 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 touch. Remove the spell, please. Why did I? Oh, because of the +2. Ugh. Damn it. I can't do it. They can't give me a removal spell in a deck full of removal spells. I can't get one. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I know. Every removal spell I did got countered, and then I done Ronnie, and now I'm just dead. Because, magic. That's magic, baby. 6 games in a row down. Like, come on. 6 games in a row. I didn't get a chance to do anything except react the entire time. Oh my god, you suck. You suck. Just do your thing. Whatever you're going to do. I know. Of course. This is what you give me. good attacks because every time I've tried to cast a spell, it's turned into just a wicked bounce back. There's no path forward for me. This just was terrible. Never, ever, 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 ever do I want to play sealed ever again. Just unbelievably bad. Ugh. So ugly. So ugly. Swans, whatever. Yay. Good. That's kind of cool. Is he a new card? I don't think he's a new card. Like if I went to my collection and just looked up March of the Machines, he's not there, right? This is. So let's try some of this to see. This could help with battles. This could help. This invasion's good. This invasion's good. Glisses. Green-white. This is really good too. So you could do something like this in green and then end up. I got an idea. Let's just try to construct a deck just to see. So we'll go to standard, only March of the Machine, go to green, and then say what works, right? And we know that these cards work, except for this maybe. Up to one land becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with vigilance, hexproof, and haste, and still land. Or you mill, and you put a permanent card from among the milled cards into your hand, so you get to draw for 2. Again, element says you can play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. None of that's good at all. But lands you have add 1 color of any mana. That's great. So, kind of the same effect, right? Allowing us to splash up at the top end. Pretty high here. We'll just get rid of that. So, what's the most outlandish cards that we could splash? Yeah, we would just do all green. You did it. And then let's go to uncommons in green and find us some Kami of Whispered Hopes. Some takedowns are good. And Storm, the Seed Core is great. These invasions can be good, but I like the pluses here. I do think we do some white splashing and just trust that we can do some burgeoning, blighted burgeoning. Sure. I mean, we don't need slow lands here. We can. Veted's Favor does some +1s and provides that land too. This is in the colors. This thing will do some force cycling if we desperately need the land. And a couple of +1 counters in the cheap. Get rid of the fall. And then the rest of it, I think we just do the way we used to, right? So I do like this guy possibly as an enchantment way to bring in some other things, but that's okay. Other really solid ramp creatures look like these guys. look like Jewel Thief? Jewel Thief. Boop. And then maybe Beseiju? Like, yeah, I think we can live without these. Let's get some creatures on the deck. No, that's the Dragon War one. Dang it. That's too... Well, no, maybe not. There it is. Get out of here, Dragon War. And so what do we have? We have a new ramp with some +1 counter built in kind of pieces to it. And now that I'm looking at it, I think we should get rid of that guy. I love that card. This is really fun. Alright, Jewel Thief's not bad. I like the Gala Graders because you get the +1 counter, which creates the +1 counters, which creates, you know, lots of stuff that gets involved over there. So I do like the Gala Graders as a way to get up there. This invasion may not work. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a non-human creature with mana value X and put it onto the battlefield. So, you know, you want the Glissa, you can just get it, right? You need 7 mana to do it, but you can just get it. What other bomby kinds of cards exist in this deck? Defiler's good, especially in the +1 counter world, right? 11 rares. We're almost going to get another one. I like the Rotten Tails. Where's the tracks at? Oh, there she is. Let's try once, and then we'll go get some food. I want to see.